Hello and welcome to Night Hunter Books. Today we're doing the Babbles on LGBTQ plus authors or books that we want to recommend. And we've picked out 5 between us. If you want to know more about the Babbles, then we'll put a load of links down below. They're connected to the BookTube SFF Awards.
So my first one is Karen Memory by Elizabeth Bear. This is a really fun romp, sort of modern pulp. Steampunk as well. There's airships and giant mechanical contraptions. If you enjoy the works of Gail Carriger, but would prefer your pulp a bit more western flavoured, then this is probably for you. The protagonist in this is a working girl who gets caught up in a struggle against somebody trying to destabilise the, at this point, fledgling United States. Whilst it's not immediately apparent, actually it becomes clear that Karen is gay, which becomes important to her motivations as the story progresses. The protagonist is just a really fun character to be behind the eyes of. She's narrates the book with quite a charming kind of lilt to her voice, if that makes any sense at all. So all in all, this is a book I'd recommend if you're looking for a light, fun read.
My first one is the Wayfarer Series by Becky Chambers. There's 2 books in the series at the moment. This is the second one, A Closed and Common Orbit. I'd say both of them have pretty good representation of LGBTQ plus characters, and Becky Chambers herself is queer. This is a space opera, very sci-fi, creating a whole load of worlds, and you travel through them and meet characters from lots of different species. It's a world I just love to read about. And I think one of the reasons is that she uses this to explore politics and also gender issues. And one thing I really like about this is just how natural she makes queerness seem. So you've got a main character in the first one who is not introduced as queer and never really even thinks about it much, just likes who they like. And in this one then you've got a species who just change gender midway through their lives, and that's just seen as a very natural thing. And I really liked how that was explored, and kind of gender fluidity and what a gender fluid character might be like. Oh, and there's lots of interspecies relations as well. I mean, there's some species where, a lot of it's from a human perspective, where there are some species where you'd be considered a little out of the mainstream to be dating, but there's still some very normal matches that, you know, some species that humans always like to date. I really enjoyed this one.
My next one is Seth Dickinson's The Traitor, also known in America as Traitor Baru Cormorant. And this is not a light, cheerful, easy read. This is a revenge tragedy. The protagonist grows up with 2 fathers and a mother on an island where that is normal, and is invaded by a homophobic empire and joins up and decides to destroy them from within, and that's the journey to discover what she is willing to give up to get her revenge. So as you go through the book, she steadily just carves more bits out of her heart.
Not literally.
No. Lots of representation in this, but it is very much in this context of this oppressive homophobic empire. It's a standout book for me, not least because the protagonist attempts to achieve her aims not through force, but through subversion of institutions and economics. She's a kick-ass accountant.
My next book is The Gracekeepers by Kirsty Logan, who is herself a gay author, and this book does centrally revolve around the relationship between 2 women. Now I really like the world building in this. I found it quite an interesting setup, although it's not delved into too deeply. And that setup is what could be guessed to be a post-apocalyptic situation where the waters have risen so much that most people are living on small islands or on boats. And this forms a split in society between two main classes, the people who own land and the people who don't, who then have to get permission to stand on land, which I think is quite an interesting social implication of that. And you've got the two main characters, one who buries people at sea, which is not a very glamorous job in this world, especially for someone born on the land, and the other is a girl on a circus boat. And these two women or girls do meet at one point and their lives become interwoven. But one thing I really liked about this was I felt their longing and their kind of yearning for each other and really wanting to just know more about each other, and that kind of dancing at a distance love. So this is a kind of magical realism, fairy tale type story with beautiful writing, but I would pre-warn you that it can be a little on the slower side.
My last one is Charlie Stross's Atrocity Archives, though really it stands in for the whole laundry file sequence. Charlie himself is queer, as is his partner. Whilst the protagonist isn't LGBTQ, often the people around him are. Right at the very start of the series, his two housemates are a pair of genius hacker tinkerers. They have a long-lasting relationship throughout the series and are occasionally seen, while he's busy going through his drama, on their way into or out of the house wearing various amounts of PVC and metal. Set in a world where higher order mathematics is indistinguishable from magic, so performing certain computations can summon demons or zombies or other assorted nasties from beyond. At one point in the series, somebody performs death by PowerPoint, killing a whole room of people.
So those are the 5 books that, well, honestly sprang to mind, sprang off the shelves at us with good queer representation of various stripes. I found that a lot of the LGBTQ+ books that I've read are actually not science fiction and fantasy. I'll be watching some of the other Babbles videos, but if you have any specific recommendations for queer science fiction and fantasy, then do let us know down below. Thank you for watching, we'll see you again soon.